if they're attacking. There are so many people out there who are studying openings instead of learning how to win the game. In other words, if you are studying the London or any opening variation, how much will that really reward you toward winning a game versus learning specific strategic methods, maneuvers, plays, or honing your endgame skills toward pocketing further points and thereby gaining rating points? You have to start at the beginning. Basically, you're going for an AP class in chess when you study Kasparov or Magnus. And if you've not passed all of your primary school classes, your fundamentals, your absolute basics, which are Lasker, Capablanca, Morphy, Alekhine, then it becomes very difficult to jump into science at a higher level. If they're attacking your... Whoops. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, grasshoppers. We are getting off to a good start. I don't know what happened to our sound. Our sound is way down. Let's turn that up just a little bit. Just because. And we are playing the mighty Ron Hay. Interesting. Let us see what we get on him in this manner. Well, isn't that interesting? What can we get on him? We're going to get very, very unclear. He's probably going to increase his chances of, and he's going to increase his what? That was not called for. I should have taken the free pizza. Oh no, huh? Takes. What in the world? I'm going to give it back. I thought I was giving it back. I really did think that I was giving it back. And now, What in the world is he up to? He wants that. Fine. We're just going to move out of danger for a moment as he attempts to clobber me in this particular manner. He's got this check, that check, here a check, there a check. Get up, stand up. Oh no. That will be an annoying feature, obviously. Can we bother him properly? Whoa. He helped me out a little bit there. Unfortunately. Here a check, there a check, everywhere a check, check. Fine.
Four, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4.
I really do need my touch screen.
1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3.
Now I realize I need either a better mouse or a bigger screen because this is not going to cut it. He had me, I hung my rook. Ah, bullet is just too hectic.
Pegasus SWE.
It really is.
M2.
Yeah, horrible. Horrible. What is our cross table? 435 to 348. So I've gotten it down to what? That's crazy. I've managed to get it down somehow, but you agreed to a draw the other day when I was crying my eyes out. Aye. So, meanwhile, I do need to switch it up just a little bit. How can I do that? I'm going to switch it to the other camera. Where? Oh, where? So I need to pop out the thingamajiggy. Good, good, good. All right. Now we're going to switch it over here. That way I have the option of playing with my touch screen. I cannot go without a touch screen, it seems like. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Working out some alliances here. Smelly Suslik. I wonder what Smelly Suslik means. Does that mean Smelly Cat? The US version of Friends? Perhaps. What do we think? Smelly Cat, Smelly Cat. Pinball Wizard, is he really in? He's present. But we don't have Smelly Cat. You are awesome. Are you going to join the mix, sir? That is the question. Let's get some tunes going, even though the music died last week, in my opinion. Let's see what happens when we try to rotate 26 tracks. Check our volume levels. Whew, that was hectic. That was an atrocious game, Ron, I tell you. We should both be ashamed of ourselves. Uh-oh, what happened here? Ron Hay versus Pinball Wizard. What in the world? Why did Black resign? That's not kosher. And why is Dylan up so early? That is the question. Maybe he lost his connection. Is that what happened, Ron? You are awesome. Are you back in the mix? Because Ron and I cannot play each other. And Smelly Suslik is not online. So, unfortunately, we are going to free up. Control C. And Control V. Now we get some matchups because we had to kick him out of the tournament. If there's someone in the tournament like that, I need to make Ron a leader so that he can do that if I'm not here. We're going to play the French or E5. We're playing E5. Ron is a rather super genius in these lines. What? I don't know about this. We do have to bother him appropriately. Can we do that? I don't know. We are going to pretend as though this is a normal thing. To be honest, it is not a normal thing. Oops. No, you can't offer a draw, Ron. Cut that out. Cut that out. I blundered mate. When I blunder mate, I deserve it. I'd rather you almost just take the knight, but if you took the knight, then bishop d3 happens, and that's what I thought would happen, but I did not look at mate, right? I was expecting bishop takes h7 check. And I pre-moved in my mind's eye. Yes, I'm down a rook at this point, but that doesn't stop it. Oh, I'm losing even worse. Even worse than I thought, but we have a lot of activity for it. Let's keep it up. Can I do that? Oh, should I have done that? You see what I'm getting into trouble on, Ron? Getting into trouble on pre-moving. Why am I moving so fast? It is not cool. Not even out of the opening. Like literally we're just out of the opening. Indexing 113 players first. Aye, aye. So +1 because you gave me the one the other day is optimal. Can I play it this way? I'll play it this way. Yes, that looks like it is a tough, tough one to meet, doesn't it? A very tough one to meet. So it's 2 pieces for a rook, for what it's worth. Oh no, you got me good there, Ron. Nice setup on that one. That was a very good setup. Nicely done. Nicely done. Let's see, as black. Can I get this index started? Does it finish it? Do I have to be there for it to finish? So in this particular position, it's just totally level, 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 level. Looks like Lee chess tools are back. 100% white wins after this position. It must be my Lee chess tools there. Good. So it seems to be caught up. Just wanted to see what the status is on E6. I'm at 653. I have a little leeway with Sicilians, but no leeway with Caro-Kanns if I'm going to break 1800. When I do return to the main lines, I want my strength over the board to stay ahead of my opening choices. Right now I'm playing like a 653, for example, in the French. Let's just put it that way. All right, whenever you're ready, Ron. I mean, I got into trouble in that line because I played interesting. Chess.
Thank you for following Honoruiz.
Honoruiz, namaste. Here comes the sales pitch. You probably don't believe the sales pitch is coming, but I know the sales pitch is coming. I know the sales pitch is coming. Chess. Oof. I expect no mercy, Ron. No mercy. Yes, yes. I did expect that one as well. Yeah. Back to normal. If this is what anyone might consider normal. So what actually happened here? This was relatively level until bishop c5, eh? Wow. And it was knight takes f7 in this position? It doesn't say yet. But knight takes f7 is probably better. No? Maybe not. Maybe not. Knight takes f7, king takes f7, bishop takes g6, king e7. But just knight c3, knight f6, queen f3, castles. And bishop e3 was sketchy, when I can just play bishop d2 and castle. I can still play bishop to d2, but castling is good. Takes, takes, queen e7, rook he1, knight c6, and bishop d4 was a mistake because you have a slightly better game after this and that. And perhaps I should block and attack at the same time with knight c6. Right? Bishop d4. So in this particular position, knight c4 is it. I just hung a piece instead. Apparently this is coming up. But why isn't it going further? Have we played this whole line before, Ron? King to b1. We played this whole line before, or is this just something new? I don't know. Back to the event. You Are Awesome is now playing Ron Hay, which is good. You Are Awesome has a chance to take over second place. And Ron has a chance to gain some of his duly appointed rating points back. Some of his duly missed rating points back. GPU utilization. I wish I could change the focus on this camera to move back just a little bit. That's a little bit better. Microscopically better. So I have another memorial this morning for Finnish super pro former world champion Mika Immonen. Another good friend, although he lost a battle to a cancer. Yes, unfortunately I did. In fact, know Danya, and I have quite a number of unpublished videos of him playing Blitz with Awander, Carissa Yip, and another IM/GM. I don't think it was Andy Woodward. But it looks like Andy Woodward in the video. But I don't think it's Andy Woodward. But I don't want to release those videos now, as it would seem that I am, for whatever reason, taking advantage of the situation at hand. So auto framing. Ah, the zoom. I can move the zoom out. That's good. Auto frame zoom. That's perfect. I like it. will this stay the same if I'm over here? The auto frame zoom works just as well on this screen. So Yokai had a great suggestion for the instructional videos that I should use a different instructional video layout. Ron Hay managed to defend my second place for what it was worth. Let's see what the average performance rating is. 2100, 47, 1700 because he lost to Ron Hay, and he only beat Viking. C'est la vie. So if one goes to any particular game, let's just go to any particular game. I played Ron 5 times. This was just such an atrocious game. Oh my god. 2046. Is this accurate? To 2148. Yes, it is. Yeah, this was such a blunder. Why didn't I just take on F6? In this particular position, I believe taking on F6, they take on D1, we take on D8, and I'm up a pizza. Both of us are hanging. I can't believe that it didn't catch that as a blunder. What is the difference here? Is it really that much in favor of black? Yeah, it's plus 0.4.
Said. QXF6.
Oh, is that it? Of course it is. That's right. That's right. I did register that at the time. Thank you for the reminder. I did register it. Yeah, it affected me for about 3 days. And I think it had affected me on the second day worse because it hit that I knew Sunday afternoon when I saw tweets by Kramnik that he was happy Danya was taking down his YouTube channel and videos because it proves that he was correct. It proved that he was correct in Danya being guilty. Like that was going to change anything over time, right? And here I give back the piece and it's not taken. Then I'm able to escape. But now I'm going to give back even more stuff, right? So on this next move, I had planned on Queen to D4, giving back the piece, which is probably just as good, right? Queen to D4 is just as good, forcing the trade of queens, but instead I hunker, and after bishop G7, Queen to D4 is still a move, but I didn't want to play it for whatever reason. I don't know why I didn't play Queen to D4. Rook to B1 is the best move. And after Knight C6, I should just play Knight F3. Right? Fairly certain that Knight F3 is the simplest. Queen takes E3. Here, bishop takes bishop C3 or Queen C3. I can just move my king and everything is kosher. My original intention was just to keep going like this.
Said. Kovchas.
Coffee chess, yes, coffee house chess. The translation might be off. Bishop h6, but he plays this, and I can just castle. Instead, I played this horrible move, which lost a bishop. If I just castle, it's all over. That's all I really need to do is get castled. Let's get ready for the next event, though. Why am I so sluggish this morning? What is up with that? Why am I so sluggish? And why can't I pin this multi-chat? How about that? More tools. Save this page. Open in CloudBot. So we can close that. Marikito, how are you, buddy? Great to see you, man. Yeah, I can't recapture if I play bishop takes f6, that's for sure. Yeah, it's really a tragic, regardless of the means of what actually happened, regardless of any of that. So I am streaming, that is good. We have to change our Nightbot. Did I convert everything to Nightbot? I believe I did start to convert everything to Nightbot, but I'm actually converting much to Sorry, I'm still thinking about Danya. Pool tournament. Really? Which ones? Sacramento? I want to organize perhaps a nationwide Mika Eminent tournament series. I had this vision this morning for a Mika Eminent tournament series. That's nice. That is really nice. In an ideal world, that is what we would like to be doing. Uh-oh, 7 minutes away. What have I been doing? Copy. Message all members.
Pegasus SWE said, ILL probably make lunch. I am hungry. See you later. Watched this yesterday. https www.youtube.com. Watch VG1FJA HDQ3 ick. Yes, stupid in the head. Unfortunately, Vladimir.
Oh. No empathy whatsoever. It's really tragic. No or zero empathy. I don't seem to be registered for this one. And I'm happy that Jark is here. We may have to boot Haris Kumaran. Under 600, $300 entry fee. Wow, what a beast. What a beast. So the tournament I play on Saturdays usually is under 560. Yeah, Mika's memorial is this morning from 10 to 11 in the city, and I'm probably leaving around 8:30 a.m. I thought I was wearing a darker color than this green, but I don't seem to have this in black any longer. You can also watch on Kick and YouTube.
Please follow the Simmel stream on Kick just now. Thank you for the extra legwork. Smiley face. The first 25 followers on Kick will earn the OG channel badge.
I have to really redo that. I really do have to redo that one. I want to redo my intermission screen as well. I wonder if I could redo my intermission screen while online.
Sloth Bear Anonymous
said.
Kick has no ads, YouTube has no ads, I hate Twitch ads.
That's fascinating that Kick has no ads at the moment. It's probably because I haven't set them up for monetization. The moment I set up for monetization, probably there will be ads. And I can only apologize in advance should I ever get around to doing that. So anyway, WGM. We'll do that. And that. And Firuza Velikhanli. Is she from Iran? I don't think so. Azerbaijan. Firuza. WGM. Do we have the title right? Yes. And maybe, just maybe, we'll change it on YouTube as well while we're at it. What was that? It brought up it brought up Twitter. I did not click on Twitter. I clicked on YouTube. I was fairly certain. Let's move it back now that we've had a little bit of an intro here. And I need to move some of these things over. Or maybe not. Maybe I don't need to move some of these things over. Maybe I just need to minimize some of my layout, my screen layout. But on YouTube we have a few. It's so busy, although I have to admit, Twitch has some amazing controls. That is what's relatively cool and key in YouTube, is that there are some amazing controls. So, for example, you can get to the the clip, raid, subscriber chat only type pages much quicker and much easier than you can in the others. So because it's an hour earlier for everyone, is that why it is so easy, or is it just that Sunday is a better thingamajiggy? What's up with that? Is it because Sunday is an even deal? Oh, I didn't switch it back to this camera for the other one.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, and we're off. You are awesome. We're going to brush up on our French because it seems to be the one we have the most of. Instaplan. Really? So, now for something completely different. Okay. Just fascinating. Borrowing all the old French defense ideas that we can to finish the opening first, if and or when possible. So now can I embarrass him? I do not know if I can embarrass him. So we'll just pretend like we cannot embarrass him. How about that? We'll just pretend like we cannot possibly embarrass him. And we'll return the pawn on our own cognizance. Can I do it that way? It looks very interesting. Yes, yes. I expected as much. Bishop d7. And now for something completely immediate. It's possible that queen to c7 was a little better. Possible that queen to c7 with multiple threat idea. Unfortunately, this one is going to have to do. So knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes. I should be in trouble here. I should be in troubles here. Bishop takes, knight takes, pawn takes. Yeah, knight c6 last move was probably better. Knight takes d7. Queen takes d7. I was trying to overwork him in a different manner, but I guess I'm not going to be able to do it. This knight is just so strong. So we have more where that came from, Bobby. Yeah, queen to c7 was the mistake. When I had a chance, I really needed this square for my knight. I needed c2. I missed a fork, a basic fork, everyone. That's what I really missed. So queen to d3. And now for something completely, totally illiterate. So the original plan here was to capture for free, but I'm not going to do that anymore. That could have been far worse. It could have been far, far worse. Ah, wise guy. And I walk into mate. He gets. Let's keep a distance. We're gonna keep a distance.
Five, four, three, four, three, two, four, three, two, four, three, two, one, two, one, three, two, one, three, two, four, three, four, three, five, four, five, four, five, four, three, five, four, three, two, four, three, two, four, three, two, four, three, two, one, three, two, one, zero, two.
Oh no, I allowed mate. I fell into it. You know, Ju and Jun did that to someone in the Women's World Cup, I remember. Ju and Jun won, and I had to keep a distance. I could not be on the side. I had to keep the distance to keep checking from the side. But that was worth learning that you can lose just because you can lose. Why is this taking so long to charge? Let's try a different charger. There we go. That's better. I feel better about that one. Alright, we've got the one end of page 1 completely locked up. Good job. You are awesome. Nice work. We're still going with F4. Don't know that our score with Sinethums is all that great. Let's make it bigger. Make this a little smaller. Please show up, sir. Please show up. Sinethums. No! Master Chess Dojo is white. We're at 649, and we have 241 to go
Sloth
on
Baron
knight
Anonymous
f3.
Said.
Thanks, GG.
No, that was a very good game. I should have kept my distance. I mean, I objectively know how to draw it. It's really tragic that I did not draw it. On us. So these buy the most recent. I don't know if this game counts because the opponent didn't move. I don't know if it counts. So because of the Mika Memorial Aikido, we are probably, unfortunately, not going to make it all the way through the Rapid stream. But in the past, our Rapid has been rather lacklusterly attended because I believe the ones during the week are driving people away with the lack of strength because they're in-school events. Being able to have 2 a day as in-school events. So what is my record against Slothbear Anonymous? 13 and 13. I can't believe that we're only even. You are a much better player than me when it counts. Jerk off for some reason. W2 Million has a +1 score. A +2 score for Hiroki. Erikito and I are neck and neck. Tip chess. I've never played tip chess yet. That's interesting. George D1 has recently improved his score. Wow, one game. Folberg is here. Good morning, Frederick. How are you, buddy? And the other fellow who did not show up, who could otherwise be keeping people from getting a pairing.
You are a much more knowledgeable and better player in all other times than haha.
All right, we're gonna work on the French because it's closer. And maybe, just maybe, should this one end, really? Fair enough. I'm going to continue unfurling here. What are you threatening, sir? Are you trying to get me to go the wrong direction? That could actually do it. Here, there, and everywhere. Can I do that? Can I sack the pawn? I sort of want to sack the pawn. But it doesn't seem reasonable yet. Just does not seem feasible, not reasonable yet. I'm going to keep expanding. What in the world is that all about? He's giving me D4. D4, D3, D2, D1.
A dojo legend and longtime supporter of the dojo, Zalakai created
Alright.
and donated our amazing
see what we
Belt
get.
Club badges. Please go follow Zalakai and watch entertaining and educational chess content at
I wasn't expecting that move either. Was not expecting that move either, Booby. We do have to take. What we can take. Appropriately. Alrighty then. What happens if I just keep attacking? perhaps attacking some more. This doesn't look like it is the optimal way of continuing. Let's throw this move in first. Yes. Simplicity. No mistakes found for black. I don't believe you. I don't believe you one bit. No mistakes found for black. Total BS. I do need to find out. Alexa, how do you spell conscience? Con.
Conscience is spelled C-O-N-S-C-I-E.
That's what I thought. It's conscience. I was like pretty sure that it was conscience. Oh no. I didn't move. Against Medi. I am now 6-6 with Medi. I gotta get my times right. Arg. And now Medi has moved into first place because I was half awake. Trying to schedule a lesson. Let's just not make that quite so big. The battle is on. This time I'm paying attention to my opponent. We're giving him a French. Can I do that? That's interesting. If I take, and he takes, and I take, you're stopping me from playing what I want to take, what I want to do. Interesting. So if knight takes, bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes,
How's it
pawn
going?
takes. How unclear can this get? It's a going. Thank you, Jerry Goose. Great to see you, buddy. Namaste. I'm one move away from completing this opening. One move away. But I would like to improve my minor piece a different way than just bishop d7.
Any specific opening you're trying to get up today?
No, basically working
Did you
on
finish the bird?
improving the number. I have not finished the bird. I've not finished giving everyone the bird. The bird, by the way, happens to be the word. I can't remember any of the lyrics. And that's probably best for everyone, as my daughter, who is in the next room sleeping, said, Dad,
I had
you have
thought
to stop
everyone
singing
had
on
heard.
stream. I thought everyone had heard. The bird is definitely the word. Alrighty. That's interesting. Let's get everybody out into the mix here.
Sloth Bear Anonymous.
Said.
Your daughter is wrong sing.
Aww. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is the problem. This, my friend, is the problem. ¿Qué pasa? I'm trying to invite him in for trouble, but I can't seem to invite him in for trouble enough. Now it's official. It is official.
Last time I sang, I got compliments. The person who gave them to me was deaf.
Indeed. Yes, yes. Sometimes miracles happen. Can I? Oh no. Really? You're threatening mate. You're such a wise guy, Ron. And he's still threatening mate. That's so funny. The old removing the defender trick, eh? The old removing the defender trick. Yes, yes. Oops. He's still going to queen, huh? That's very much a bummer. Qu'est-ce que c'est, bummer? Wise guy. You got me. You got me, Ron. H3. What a move. Not enough to win, but just enough to draw. Wow. What a move. Como. I'm hanging on for dear life with Garon in the background. Garon on air.
Pegasus SWE said, strong move H3.
I thought you had me. I agree. When you were going into that move, I'm like, check everything. Trust nothing. Check everything. But of course, if you just moved your king, I believe you win. Because you have B7 and G4 and you just give up your rook for the pawn. How many trees do we kill every year because we don't use linen handkerchiefs anymore? You are awesome in Ahadres. Uh-oh, Charles and Ron. There's a battle. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a battle. It's good to see Charles back in the mix. Try to get him with the old A6, Try to get the student with the old A6. There's only 1 minute left in the arena. So what is, what is? If I hang on to 3rd place, so be it. Get on honor. Mehdi, I'm rooting for Mehdi to keep his domination. You are awesome. Could pass me. Oh, it doesn't look like you did. You are awesome. Lost to Adreth, which is relatively good for me. Garan Anarer is still playing Mehdi. 51 seconds left. And Jarakov could catch me? No. So I'm solidly on the podium. Even though I'm a part of the furniture, I used to not count myself for 1st place back in the day. Primarily because it was not really, really worth it to
Sloth Bear Anonymous
said,
WTF is with these 1800s playing stronger than 2100s young.
I don't think they are playing stronger, honestly. Grand Honor is up in this position. Ouch! Ouch! That was almost, if he had gone queen to e8 check and just taken the bishop first, it all would have been good. But everyone is tactically stronger now, I believe, because of Chessable, unfortunately. So back here, I think white had a much simpler win. How did they win the queen? That is what I wanted to know. Oh, they won the queen because of the fork. I see. So g4, and then he just didn't give this enough credit. Had to play h5, perhaps, but he didn't want to lose on that note. Is there another way out of it? Here. Takes, there. And in this particular instance, Did I hallucinate this one? Yeah, I think it was just going to be... But he goes from being down a queen to only being down a bishop. And if he can trade one set of bishops or orchestrate something here... Oh no, that was a mate. That was very close to mate, had he played king to c6 check. King c6 check. And the bishop mate was about to happen. Boo! h6 check, a6 check, and bishop to g8. And it's getting very close to mate. Nicely done, everyone. Nicely done, everyone. I didn't put the appropriate congrats at Mehdi Hassan, 1887. Is that like a year for Scotch or what? Let's give everyone a little bit of a taste of what's going on here. The dojo. Oh,
Dojo.
there we go.
Sloth Bear Anonymous.
Said.
Medi 2262 performance. Okay, the 1500 bullet player.
The 1500 bullet player. So the Grace Alakine birthday arena. And we'll change our stream title to what we can make out of this. Sun is coming in. It's getting very bright in here. Very bright. I do not want to be that white. Join it up. Rapid. Copy. So we have our stream title. We've got this, we've got that. We just need some more coffee and we'll be in business. I get to roll the intro for a moment. The intermission. Let's see what we get on the intermission screen. Oops. The webcam needs to be fixed. Slobs, local file. There are so many people out there who are studying openings instead of learning how to win the game. In other words, if you are studying the London or any opening variation, how much will that really reward you toward winning a game versus learning specific strategic methods, maneuvers, plays, or honing your endgame skills toward pocketing further sorry points to see that. You're and awesome. thereby gaining
Have a
rating
great
points.
day, everyone.
I don't know so much that it's the supercharged 1800s, to be honest. I really don't think that it is that. Ah, now I found the webcam. Video capture device. And we are going to make it the NVIDIA camera broadcast, so that it is always the same. Wait, this is supposed to be behind the layout. So it fits perfectly no matter what. Oops, and it's frozen. You have to start at the beginning. Basically, you're going for an AP class in chess when you study Kasparov or Matt.
do it?
And if you've not passed all of your primary school classes, your fundamentals, your absolute basics,
I guess not. But we'll have to work with that.
Capablanca,
For the morning.
Morphy, Alekhine, then it becomes very difficult to jump into science
Deactivate with
at a
mouse,
higher
shall
level.
we?
If they're attacking your
Control
rooks,
the NVIDIA
threaten the
broadcast.
queen. If they're attacking your queen, threaten checkmate and pawn. And in all cases,
All right.
you can counterattack
Coffee,
with
everyone.
check as an
Coffee.
in-between move. Socials, counterattack. While I'm out, the number one
Register
tool
for all of the
recommended
socials,
by
including the
Grandmasters.
Discord, the YouTube
A certain
channel.
comfort zone toward playing correctly, grabbing space, an equal amount of space, having equal chances to win, not letting yourself fall behind in any manner, way, shape, or form by gambiting a pawn unsoundly, like in the Stafford Gambit, but simply playing good chess. Is that everyone should have an opportunity to become a better player. That is far more important than any individual win for rating points, because honestly, when you are a certain strength, the rating points just come and go. If you have a bad day, your rating returns to your true strength on the very next day. So there's no reason, absolutely no reason for anyone to be fretting over rating points or anyone getting help on any particular move when this is meant purely and entirely for training for actual real life events. The secret to chess is not moving.
I'm trying to
By
pin
the
the
way,
message, but
that
I
is
can't
one of the
seem to
little
pin it.
known
I don't know if I have
secrets.
a mod available.
Not
to pin
moving,
this message.
more thinking. See everything about your possible destination before.
I couldn't just play what I wanted to play in a position. I had to play what the position dictated. In other words, if a plan was organic to the position, it succeeded. But if I try to force my will, let's just say like the 4-move checkmate, then it cannot possibly succeed against logic. It's really all about your diet. You know, you are what you study. And if you study great players, you play great chess.
All right, now we're ready. On a daily basis
Coffee.
is always going to benefit you after the death of Tigran the Trojan. And on that particular Sunday, a young man walked into my establishment and told me that the world champion was dead. It was a Sunday morning. The Sunday morning Herald had the article in it, which he showed me, and I was so shocked. And I asked him, how are you so interested in chess? And he said that his father was the champion at the Berkeley, UC, California chess club. And that morning, I began playing him for 25 sets a game. And if he won, he would get the whole roll of quarters, which would be $10. And after about 3 games, I decided I had had enough, and this could not last. And I said, why don't I just teach you how to play this? At the end of the week, he came back and he said, either my father is not telling the truth, or Berkeley had a really terrible chess. Studying the game in its entirety is the way to go. You have to develop all parts of your game equally in order to increase in strength, because opponents are going to be weak in various areas of the game. And if you can win 2 out of 3 of the areas of the game, then like on American Idol or any of those voting survivor shows, you will move on to the next start at the beginning. Basically, you're going for an AP class in chess when you study Kasparov or Magnus. And if you've not passed all of your primary school classes, your fundamentals, your absolute basics, which are Lasker, Capablanca, Morphy, Alekhine, then it becomes very difficult to jump into science at a higher level. Always look back and see what you could have done better, what you were planning on doing, and what succeeded, what worked, and what didn't. Always look back at your games, review, and learn. Aim higher. Set your standards higher. Be better. I mean, you're aiming at a level of player that is more or less intermediate. I already made this comment earlier that players under 2400 are intermediate. So if you aim higher, aim at becoming a better player. Basically, Gotham Chess is an advanced intermediate player. He is hoping to become a grandmaster for a reason, because then he will be a real player. I would only hope to do the same thing myself, as my rating is even lower and beat me. I'm not as good as Gotham Chess yet. I am a hop, skip, and a jump above
playing Blitz with Hikaru Nakamura, or regularly playing Blitz with someone who literally shows you glaringly what you're doing wrong like that. There is no substitute for the old-fashioned, just getting slapped across the face when you make the mistake. Just no sense. Of course, the old discovered mate, I would actually like to call this the Reti mate, right? Where he sacked his queen on d8 and played bishop to g5 and bishop to d8 when the king ran to c7, as there were pawns here, rook on this square, knight on that square. So the Richard Reti mate followed by the, crossing my fingers that this is a pawn mate. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. I wanted the pawn mate, and it let me down.
Arsenal fan Richie said, "Those bishops are pretty respectable."
They are, aren't they? Where are you going now? And I get a full rook out of this mess because we set up
Nope,
this
not an opening mistake.
little trap. The problem is that right now I believe that Ron is the better player, and nothing's going to change that. The only person that can change that is right here. If you honestly put anyone on a pedestal, then you're already going to have an experience. You're going to have some difficult experiences against opponents. If you put anyone on a pedestal, then you might as well just hang it up, because you're not going to be able to beat them. You have to take the bull by the horns, find their faults. They are human like anyone else, and that's all you have to do, is raise yourself up. I cannot recommend Chess Informant publications highly enough. Despite the nature of the modern era with computing and ChessBase, you can actually receive a digital copy along with your subscription to Chess Informant and receive the benefit of all worlds. And of course, if you invest in other Chess Informant products, such as the 1000 Best of the Best, you'll be able to pick apart the annotations of the 1960s and improve your chess in that manner. Not sure how he's defending it now. I don't think he can defend it now. Alrighty. This is not good. There's even more where that came from. Just received word that everything in the United States is going well. Do not berserk. Never, ever, ever berserk. I have to track down the... Oh, what happened to the camera again? So we're going to have to work on this. Selected camera already in use. It is true in the intermission. But I want to change this to NVIDIA Broadcast as well. We'll go back to Lichess Live. So that we'll have our camera free. And what's going on with our NVIDIA camera here? Is it the zoom? I feel like it's the zoom. We're way too white here. We're like mega white. This is ridiculous how white we are. There we go. Gotta close the sun blinds a little bit. Now we'll be in business. So I may only have time for one game, as it turns out. I don't know whether I will get Tal or whether I will get Charles. All right. We now have 4. Ron Hay is back.
10, 9, 8, 7.
It's good to see that Charles is back over 2200.
4, 3, 2.
As well he should be. And rapid.
0.
So we have Vesper May. Whenever I see Vesper, I think of James Bond's significant other in Casino Royale, the first James Bond novel, Vesper Lynd. And Vesper Lynd featured prominently in the Daniel Craig novel, Come, as well. And whenever White plays d3, I believe that the #1 way for this. Let's give it a kick. If they're going to give up the bishop pair. And obviously, they don't mind giving up the bishop pair on this front. Knight takes, knight takes. It looks like a free pawn. This is somewhat what we were almost waiting for. But it's not, unfortunately. It's not a free pawn. It is, however, an interesting endeavor. On that side of the board. How interesting is it? That is the question. So what is it that's going to recapture? The knight? The rook? The bishop? I'm curious. Can I go in that direction? No. I'm just going to be patient. As patient as I can be. So at least I've stopped him from playing c4. No, sir. No, sir. I was very, very lucky once more. Once more, I was very lucky. Let's turn off the Lee chess tools for a moment. And that way I can see my opening book in this particular line and see how often I've done well with this variation. Black wins 86% of the time. I'm just not a big believer in D3 at the lower levels. There's no reason to let your opponent off the hook. You must pressure lower rated players to find out if they know how to play chess. You cannot give them free rein strategically or tactically. As it turns out, you just can't. And this move is specifically designed against bishop to g5. Alright, now I can drag this up, which is Elite Chess Tool Special. I should be able to drag this up. Right? Being able to resize the opening book box. Black is mildly better, and I don't have to give up my d6 pawn. That is fascinating. I'm down a pizza, but after knight takes, bishop takes, what do I really have here? And then knight takes d6 anyway. Right? So I kind of preferred this particular maneuver. Wow, it really didn't like that because I'm giving up a pawn. I didn't really want to simplify any more than I had to. Knight takes b7. My plan was to play e4, indeed. And I guess white can just castle. I've got nothing. It looked pretty ferocious here. That was my plan, but I'm tied down to this weak pawn on a7 now. So I was very lucky that the opponent played castles queenside. And then I played b5 when I should play a5 and allow him to take here because I need to open up the file. a5, queen c3, a4. Yeah, I have to speed along my my attack, but he let me get away with it. Knight e4 and bishop d5. Fine. Bishop d5 again. a4 straight away. b4. Bishop d5. King b1. Not a big fan of playing that. I just wanted to fix his pawns as needed. B takes a4, rook takes a4, and I was expecting queen to c5 to try to dampen what's going on. Rook a2 just to take a pawn.
Said. A little thought when black played h6 it is possible and play d5 ex d5 then nx d5 nx d5 bx g5 it might not work the pawn on c7 falls.
When black played h5, it's possible to play d5, e d5, knight d5, knight d5, bishop takes g5. Yes, I look for those type of tactics. The discovery that everyone saw with knight takes e4 was exactly the shot. So let's take a look, maybe without the engine turned on. So, although h6 is a part of the plan, so in theory, h6 is a part of the plan to be up a piece. I want the Winter Capablanca scenario, right? Where I guard this pawn. And if they allow me to play bishop to g4, we'll get the Winter Capablanca scenario. Where I double these pawns and I play g5. So in the back of my mind, that was my goal. Unfortunately, as Ron has pointed out, it's possible to probably play d5 here because of the discovery on that bishop. But what happens on he takes two in a row, we recapture. Am I just down a pawn after that? I think I'm just down a pawn after this. D takes c4, bishop takes e7, queen takes e7, and now they can play knight to d5 first. And there's also the line that Ron gave, which was d5, e takes d5, knight takes d5, knight takes d5, bishop g5, knight g5, queen g5, and knight takes c7. So amazingly enough, this is only 0.4 better for white. It's hard to believe. Only 0.4 better for white, despite white being up a pawn. It's probably because this pawn on g2 is hanging. What happens on queen takes g2? Meanwhile, we are going to
Pegasus
send...
SWE said QXG2 BD5.
QX2, yes, BD5, exactly. No good, everyone, no good. Grace Alakine birthday arena. Yes, this was Grace. Wish. I'm trying to remember what her name was. Grace Wishar. Grace Norton Wishar. I knew her as Grace Norton Wishar from the biography that I read. One of the many biographies that I read. She was born in Beverly, New Jersey. A township. And she was Alakine's last wife, final wife. He was married 4 times. I'm sorry to see everyone go. Charles lost to Ron. We are rolling the ending credits. Thank you to everyone who is here. I must run to my memorial for Finnish Super Billiards Pro. Mika Immonen. And perhaps this Tuesday will also be a memorial for Daniel Naroditsky at the Marshall. I expect it. Cheers and ciao, everyone. Have a great day.